How can you make sure you always get what you deserve in an argument or negotiation? In this video, we'll find out. Hi, I'm Tommy Darker, each week bringing to you actionable lessons to apply in your music career today, inspired by popular books. This week, we'll examine Never Split the Difference by Voss. This video is ideal for every musician who wants to get better at negotiating with clients, labels, their bandmates, or even their romantic partners and spouses. In short, the book Never Split the Difference is written by an ex-FBI agent and contains field-tested negotiation techniques to help you discuss better and get what you want. Now, we'll skip the 274 pages of the book and we'll explore 10 actionable tips to apply in your music career today, inspired by Never Split the Difference. More links and resources at the end of the video. Actionable lesson 1. Be a mirror. Negotiation is not a battle, it's a process of discovery. Your goal as a negotiator is to uncover as much information as possible. Let's start with a fundamental technique, the mirroring technique. With this technique, you can encourage the other side to empathize with you, to keep talking, and to reveal their strategy or more information. What is the mirroring technique, you ask? Repeat the last 3 words they've just said. That's it. So why does it work? Because we fear what's different and love what's similar. Mirroring implies similarity, which leads to bonding. Is there a disagreement with a band member? Before committing to your initial assumptions and starting a shouting battle, slow down, focus on them and what they have to say, and use the mirroring technique to learn more about them. Actionable lesson 2. Change your tone of voice. Now, when it's your turn to talk, use a different tone of voice depending on the message you want to get across. The author suggests 3 options to choose from. The positive and playful voice. It should be your default voice. It's the voice of an easygoing, encouraging, and good-natured person. The key here is to relax and smile when you're talking. The late-night radio voice. Use selectively to make a point. Inflect your voice downward, keeping it calm and slow. When done properly, you create an aura of authority and trustworthiness without triggering defensiveness. The direct, assertive voice. Use this voice rarely, because it will cause defensiveness and create pushback. Actionable lesson 3. Label their pain. More often than not, we negotiate because there is a disagreement. If there are barriers or defensiveness or distrust between you and your counterpart, it's important that you clear the space first. Remember, you're dealing with a person who wants to be appreciated and understood. That's why labeling your counterpart's fears and negative emotions can diffuse their power, generating feelings of safety and trust. To apply this technique, identify the other person's emotional state, give a name to their emotion, and show you identify with how they feel in a neutral expression. It seems like you're insecure about something today. It sounds like you're mad at someone right now. It looks like you're not comfortable with the situation. Then pause. Once you've thrown out the label, stay quiet and listen. Labeling will convey that you're listening and they will feel secure, and may even reveal something that you didn't know. Actionable lesson 4. Perform an accusation audit. According to the author, the best method to get fear out of the way is to perform an accusation audit. Here's how it works. List the worst things the other person could say about you and say them before they can. For example, I know that you will call me a liar and that I've disappointed you big time. This accusation audit acknowledges any negative dynamics before they take root. These accusations will often sound exaggerated when said aloud compared to how they sound inside their head. This way, the other person will often claim that quite the opposite is true. I know. What the heck? Actionable lesson 5. Don't push for a yes. We love hearing yes. Every negotiation's goal is to reach a yes. However, pushing for an easy yes too early makes people defensive. Do you listen to music, Mr. Smith? Yes? Great! My new album is out now. In a negotiation, no is not a sign of rejection. It often means wait, or I'm not comfortable with that yet. Learn to take no calmly. It's only the beginning of the negotiation and it reveals the opposition's true needs and intentions. Actionable lesson 6. Ask a no-oriented question. So, saying no makes the speaker feel secure, safe, and in control. Actually, sometimes the only way to get the other side to listen and engage with you is by forcing them into a no. It seems like you want this project to fail is a statement that can only be answered negatively. Is now a bad time to talk? Is always better than, do you have a few minutes to talk? Finally, if a potential business partner is ignoring you, contact them with a no-oriented question that hints that you're ready to walk away. Have you given up on this project? Works wonders. Actionable lesson 7. Make them say or think, that's right. You seek real understanding between you and your counterpart. Once they've said or thought, that's right, they've truly understood and embraced what you've just said as their reality. How do you trigger a that's right moment? 1. Pause and listen actively. 2. Use encouragers like, yes, okay, I see. 3. Use the mirroring technique. 4. Label their feelings. For example, it all sounds so unfair. I can now see why you sound so angry. And 5. Paraphrase and summarize what they've just said in your own words. In other words, repeat back the world according to them. Anyone faced with a good summary will respond with, that's right. And there you go. They're now ready to listen and change. But beware, your right is the exact opposite from what you want. It's just a maneuver for them to escape the argument. Actionable lesson 8. Ask calibrated questions. The person listening has the control in a conversation, not the person talking. Next time a client asks you to deliver a piece of music way earlier than agreed, ask calibrated questions starting with how or what. How am I supposed to do that? Is the greatest of all time calibrated question according to the author. By implicitly asking the other party for help, these questions will give them an illusion of control. It will inspire them to speak at length, reveal important information, and even work toward solving your own problem. Here are some other calibrated questions you can ask. What about this is important to you? How can I help to make this better for us? How would you like me to proceed? What is it that brought us to this situation? How can we solve this problem? What are we trying to accomplish here? The beauty of calibrated questions is that they educate your counterpart on what the problem is, instead of creating conflict by telling them what the problem is. So, next time you're in a negotiation, avoid emotional reactions, pause, and ask your counterpart a calibrated question. They might even work towards solving your problem. Actionable lesson 9. Anchor them to gain advantage. Say you negotiate a wedding gig and you want to get the highest offer possible. Follow these 4 steps. 1. Before you make your offer, prepare them by saying you're not the cheapest option. 2. Let them go first. You might get lucky with a higher offer than what you were preparing. If you set the numbers, use an extreme anchor to make your real offer seem reasonable, or use a range to seem less aggressive. For example, normally we charge 8 to 10,000 for such wedding gigs, but this time 4. Finally, when you do talk exact numbers, use odd ones. $6,263 seems like a figure you've come to after thoughtful calculation. Actionable lesson 10. Use the Ackermann plan to bargain. The Ackermann plan will help you get what you need from a bargain. Here's how it works, combining previous techniques we've learned. 1. Think about your target price, the maximum you're willing to pay. 2. Make your first offer at 65% of your target price. 3. If they say no, calculate 3 counter offers at 85, 95 and 100%. 4. As they negotiate with you, use empathy, calibrated questions and different ways of saying no to make the other side counter before you make the counter offer you've prepared. 5. When calculating the final amount, use precise, non-round numbers to make it seem like they've been thoughtfully calculated. 6. On your final number, throw in a non-monetary item that they might not even want to show that you're at your limit. For example, $367 is the maximum amount we can hire this venue for. We can even throw in a Facebook post about you. In conclusion, 10 actionable lessons inspired by never split the difference. 1. Be a mirror. 2. Change your tone of voice. 3. Label their pain. 4. Perform an accusation audit. 5. Don't push for a yes. 6. Ask a know-oriented question. 7. Make them say or think, "That's right." 8. Ask calibrated questions. 9. Anchor them to gain advantage. 10. Use the Ackermann plan to bargain. For a free summary of the book, check out the link in the description. Over there, you also find more resources such as the link to the book itself, my favorite books, and a link that you shouldn't click. I'm Tommy Darker, and you are a rock star. See you next week.